just get you all seated and moving. So I'd like to introduce you now to Wasim Haskiya, Energy Manager at Keeling's Fruits. And with a PhD in robotics, Wasim has a slightly different background to some of our speakers, but nonetheless very interesting. And he has been working at Keeling's as the Energy and Sustainability Engineer, and is going to chat to us about Keeling's journey around sustainability.
Thank you. Hi, and thanks for giving me the opportunity to be with you. Today I'm going to share the Keeling's journey towards sustainable energy with you. Just to let you know that part of this presentation was already presented by myself in a previous conference. Before I start the presentation, I would like to introduce the Keeling's Group. Keeling's Group is made up of 5 divisions: retail, farm fresh, market, international, and solutions. The Keeling's story. Keeling's is an Irish-owned family business dated back to the 1930s, when started growing fruits and salads in their North Dublin farms to supply produce to local markets. Since then, Keeling's has entered many markets, including the UK, the French, the Dutch, and the Asian markets. Currently, Keeling's employ over 2,000 people. Such large number represents a challenge due to the diversity of people and cultures. To overcome this challenge, the business treats all diversities as an asset that can benefit the company. Now, let's imagine business sustainability as a stool with 3 legs called environment, social, and economics. Imagine if any one of these legs gets imbalanced, then the whole business sustainability will be destabilized, putting the business at risk. Indeed, energy and waste play a significant role in the business sustainability due to their high running cost and footprint impact on the environment, which is today's my main focus. From Keeling's perspective, the way to realize environmental sustainability is through the accomplishment of Origin Green and ISO 50001 platforms. Energy management. As mentioned earlier, and recognizing the high cost of energy to power the business and the footprint impact of excess usage on the environment has necessitated the implementation of ISO 50001 program. A prerequisite condition for successful implementation of ISO 50001 is to have the right team, the right support, to use the right tools, and to have the right team. Thankfully, at Keeling's, we have the full commitment and support of David Keeling, who is the managing director, and Anthony Doyle, who is the group engineering manager. And we use the latest tools to monitor and control energy flow. And we have set up a green team who looks after energy and other sustainability initiatives. To implement ISO 50001, Keeling's follow a 3-steps approach. Education, get the best settings, and upgrade equipments. Education. Indeed, education is an important part of the energy management system because it aims at changing people's behavior and attitude towards best practices in energy conservation, and it gets the buy-in from people by getting them all involved in the different energy initiatives. Indeed, energy, education is time demanding more than money cost. The way to implement education is through training people, briefing them on a continuous basis on best practices, why and how to save energy both at home and at work. Also, run on a frequent basis events such as open days by inviting energy power supply companies to run such events which will add value. Also, we use the canteen TV to communicate with our staff on energy awareness messages. All our new staff get a full induction training that includes energy awareness. Tweak settings. Tweak settings is a quick win. It's a quick win because it has no cost to the business, but still can achieve a significant energy reduction and saving. A good place to start at is refrigeration, because refrigeration is an open energy tab that counts to 40 to 60% of energy consumption in a food and drink processing company. In refrigeration, there are two control methods, as shown on the diagram. The two gray boxes, the top gray box represents the cut-out control mode, while the bottom gray box represents the cut-in control mode. In the cut-out control mode, always strive to have the differential temperature above the set point as high as possible, which is, and preferably at 2 degrees Celsius, which will buy you more free time from the fans, off time. On the other hand, with the cut-in mode, always strive to have the differential temperature as small as possible to reduce the amount of time that the fans are running. Another tweak that could provide a significant energy saving is to reduce the head pressure. To reduce the head pressure can be done through the reduction of the suction temperature, which will reduce the condenser operating temperature, increasing its efficiency and maximizing the system cooling capacity. Also, you could reduce the number of defrost, electric defrost, by relying on off-cycle defrost. But with this tweak, one needs to be careful to make sure that the total power consumption of the cooling fans are less than the total power of the electric element. Also, you need to identify the energy spikes throughout the day and make sure you do not have energy spikes during peak hours. Otherwise, move them forward or backward of peak hours to reduce your energy charge rate. And always use symmetrical cooling by dividing the cooling load equally between the cooling fans, something that will contribute to the even distribution of temperature throughout the chill room, reducing the on-off frequency of compressor. Equipment upgrade. Over the past number of years, we have done a lot of energy efficiency upgrades. The most important ones, perhaps, are the energy data loggers that provide continuous and live energy data. And we have upgraded our lighting to smart lighting using LED controlled by sensors. And we have installed a heat exchanger on an air compressor to recover heat to provide hot water in the canteen. And we have installed a free air cooler or dry air cooler that provides free cooling during cold weather to banana ripening facility. We use stop-and-go control system in our banana ripening facility to control cooling fans, something that yields in around 15 to 20% energy savings. And we have upgraded our refrigerant from R409A to glycol, which is more economical and efficient, and also environmental friendly. energy scope. Under ISO 50001, Keelings has defined its energy scope as electricity, gas, and transport oil. We have a 2 megawatt CHP that generates electricity to power the business and provide heat and CO2 to the crops in the glass houses. In the year 2015, year to date, we have used over 5,000 tons of CO2 per hectare. I hope something that will make us a strong candidate to be a carbon neutral business. We buy natural gas to run the CHP, and we have a procurement of transport stack of oil to run the transport fleet. Looking at the chart, we have identified the 7 biggest energy users throughout the business, amongst which refrigeration, banana ripening equipment, production equipment, lightings, forklift, battery chargers, etc. Using energy data loggers, we get energy consumption in kilowatt an hour. Once we have the data, we process to get a meaningful information. Looking at the flow chart diagram, we have 3 sources of data: from the weather, from the production, and from the energy process. All 3 data are collected and processed to give the energy efficiency of the process. Then, energy efficiency is compared and reviewed against the baseline value to give a useful information and to update settings if necessary. Energy review. EPI is the Energy Efficiency Performance Index. It correlates between weather condition, production capacity, and energy consumption. To get EPI, we have formulated a formula to get this value, and this has been made possible thanks to the introduction of an empirical dimensionless parameter called TBF, or temperature-based factor, which is shown in the table. For example, in warm days where temperature is above 22 degrees Celsius, TBF stands at 0.3, which means the EPI will worsen or will get higher by at least 3 times. On the other hand, in cold weather, at temperature of 0 degrees or lower, TBF will stand at 1, which means weather condition has no negative effect on energy process. As we can see on this table, and after we have worked out the different energy efficiencies, they are compared with their baseline values. In ideal world, the new energy efficiency should be equal or lower than the baseline value. In situations where it is higher, then a question and investigation will be plunged. In most cases, the reason why the EPI goes higher than the baseline value, either because of warm weather or a malfunction within the equipment process. Case of study. Looking at the table, we have 2 weeks data. The first week is the baseline value. The second week is the actual measured value. Looking under energy consumption usage, we can see that there is 59% increase. 59% increase. What does it mean? It means nothing. When learning that the production was 26% higher than the baseline, and the weather was almost 1 degree Celsius warmer. But when comparing the EPIs, it was only 25% higher than the baseline value, which will not justify the dramatic increase in energy consumption. Indeed, in normal circumstances, the energy consumption for that particular week should stand at 4,000, or 20% higher than the baseline. A quick investigation has revealed a refrigerant leak within the cooling pack, which was identified and fixed immediately. Despite the increase in business volume, and since the start of the ISO 50001 project, energy cost has been driven down while energy savings are on the rise. Waste management. Another sustainability initiative covered under Origin Green is waste management. Indeed, waste management accounts for a large proportion of a facility budget, but with some simple steps towards best practice code and change of culture and behavior towards waste, then waste management can turn into a resource that can generate a significant income and rebate to the business. At Keelings, we have introduced a segregation at the source concept in the office, in the canteen, at the production line, where we have availed multi-bag stands similar to the one shown in the picture and multi-bin collection points. So people have the choice where to dump their waste. Our approach is simple and based on reduction, reduce the amount of waste, otherwise reuse, then recycle, if not, then use for energy recovery. Looking at the flow chart diagram, nothing goes to landfill. Everything has a stream. The benefit, reduced disposal cost and increased rebate. Waste has 4 streams. Looking at the heading reuse, for example, we have our production staff use white robes, which are single-used. Before Origin Green, after each use, we used to dispose them, not anymore. Now, they are given to charity to be used for artwork by school children. We have similar initiatives with ugly fruit or second-class fruit. Indeed, we are just in the process of joining a food cloud initiative to contribute more of our, let's call it waste fruit, which is very edible. Materials such as paper, cardboard, plastic, wood, metal, they are all recycled and generates a significant amount of money to the business. We have other initiatives to reduce the amount of waste. For example, we are moving away from printing labels on the package to print directly on the package film. Also, we are reducing printing paper by introducing a PIN code at the printer and using duplex printing. Other materials such as mixed waste, soil, plastic, etc., they all go to energy recovery. Looking at the table, we have 2 sets of data, or 2 months sample. One before Origin Green and the other after Origin Green. We can see that after Origin Green, we have a significant decrease in the total weight of mixed waste versus a significant increase of recycled waste. So we managed to reduce our disposal cost and to increase our rebate. In summary, and based on current performance, we hope at some stage to be in a position to announce that we are a carbon neutral business. And we expect by summer 2016 to have achieved full ISO 50001 and Origin Green certifications, and then start the ISO 14001 standard and to work towards the development of our corporate sustainability strategy. Thank you.